Now let's look at expiry. So short-term options are cheaper, long-term options are expensive. Now let's again look at that. So this is a Nifty 30th April 9150 call. Now let's look at a Nifty 28th May 9150 call. So you can see this, right? This is worth 400 rupees, whereas this is worth 153 rupees. So that's also very intuitive, right? Because the 9150 April gives you money within the next 4 days if it hits, whereas the 9150 option of May gives you like a whole month for the Nifty to move up. So whoever sold you that option will charge you higher money because this option comes with more time. So anything which has more time left for your move to happen is more probable to make that move, and therefore it is going to be more valuable. So long-term options are expensive, short-term options are cheaper. Let's just verify that hypothesis. So 9200 28th May is worth 383. 9200 25th June is worth 1023. So you can see this. So that 1023 looks like an incorrect price. Let's look at something more real. Oh yeah, it is. So 9000 June is worth 635. 9000 May is worth 502. 9000 April is worth 245. So you can see that higher duration options are worth more. What happens with passage of time? Now this is like a really important and interesting concept. With every passing day, options lose some of their value and they become cheaper. Now let's again look at that in action. Let's just advance one day and see what happens. Okay, it lost around 1000 rupees in a day, and it lost 1200 between day 1 and day 2. It lost 1500 between day 2 and day 3. It lost almost 2000 rupees in day 4 and day 5. And on day 6, the last day, it lost almost 3000 rupees. So this is 1000, this is 1200, this is 1500, this is 2000, this is 3000. So with every day, these options lose value and they lose exponentially. This is the word for that. So they lose their value exponentially with every passing day, right? Now this is a great time to introduce our next shortcut tool for traders, which is called theta. So by changing the number of days to expiry, you are able to figure out your P&L on this graph, right? So one of the first things you have to be able to do is, look, I have bought an option. How much will the price of that option go down tomorrow if nothing else changes? You have to be able to answer this question as an option trader, because if you can't answer this question and you're wondering what your P&L will be tomorrow, we are all basically shooting in the dark. And that's not something which we do in option trading. Option trading is not a coin flip. It's not pure gambling. It is more of a calculated. So if I were to compare it with betting, futures trading or equity trading is almost like flipping a coin, whereas this is more like counting cards. So let's learn how to count cards, right? So this number, theta, is the answer to your questions. So if you're wondering how much your options P&L will go down in one day if nothing else changes, your answer is theta. And let's see if that is true. 1400 is our theta. And yes, that's roughly right. Your P&L changed by 1500. On the next day, you can see that theta has increased. Remember the whole exponential thing? So now it's 1600. So let's see if it's adding by 1600. It should go to 1500 plus 1600, 3100 roughly. Slightly more because theta is increasing. So let's put it at 3200. Yep, that is precise. Now it is 1970. So let's just slightly round it up to 2000. So this should go to around 5300, 5500. Yeah, because theta keeps on increasing. Now theta is 2745. So this will go to, I'll roughly round it up to 3000 probably. 5800, 8800, 9000 odd will be your P&L minus. It's even more because theta itself keep increasing. So you can see this, right? So this theta is a shortcut tool to figure out how much your options P&L will change with every passing day if nothing else changes. So now again, let's do the analysis of comparing three thetas. Theta of an in the money, theta of an at the money, and theta of an out of the money. So in the money has, so let's all bring to the same day, 4 days to expiry. In the money's theta is 1300, at the money's theta is 1400, out of the money's theta is around 666. Oh, that's like a dangerous number, but okay. So in the money, so let's make it a little bit more in the money because there is something else at play here. Okay. So the in the money's theta is 540. At the money's theta is 1403. And out of the money's theta is 666. So you can see that this has the highest theta, right? So let's just verify the numbers. So the in the money options PNL is around 1300. So if 1 day passes, it should jump by 550 and reach 1850, 1900 around. Yep, that's true. So here theta is decreasing. I mean, that's again another interesting thing which we'll delve deeper into later. So at the money's theta exponentially decays. Sometimes deep in the money and out of the money options theta comes down. But anyway, so decay will happen. The rate of theta might change. So you can see this here. One passing day and around 500 rupees has gone down. Now let's go to our OTM. So OTM's PNL is around 23 rupees, almost zero. So it should go down by around 700 rupees, 600 rupees when I change 1 day. And this is correct, 600 rupees it has gone down. So in the money option, which almost acts like a future, has very little theta. Even futures don't have theta. At the money option has high theta. Out of the money option has very low theta. What it means is, if you're holding an in the money option, you don't really have to worry about time value decay. If you're holding deep out of the money option, you don't have to worry so much about time value decay. But if you're holding at the money option, you have to be really prepared for seeing your PNL go down quite a bit next day if nothing happens, right? So that is theta's variation with strike. We'll just do one more interesting thing, which is theta's variation with expiry. So this is a 30th April at the money option. This is a May end at the money option. Let's see theta on both. So this has 1400 theta. This has 450 theta. Now that's very interesting, right? Because what it means is that an option which is about to expire has a lot of theta loss, whereas an option which has a lot of days to expire doesn't have as much, which is true. If you jump it around 450, it has gone down 450, 450, 450, and towards the end it is again jumping by theta of 1000 and 2000 and all that. So the practical application of this is this. If you are planning to do a trade directionally by buying a naked call option near the expiry, which I would highly not recommend, you might have to make a choice between an at the money option which has 7 days to expire and an at the money option which has like a month to expire. So if you're worried about theta decay, you might have lesser heart rate increase if you are doing the next month option because the theta decay is lower. So what did we learn from this? At the money options which are nearing the expiry have high theta. Out of the money and in the money options have low theta. Next month option has comparatively lower theta than the one which is about to expire.